Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on to your hats because this story is heating up in a way that could reshape the NFC East, and by extension, the entire NFL landscape for the upcoming season. We all know that the Eagles have been a powerhouse over the last few years, making deep playoff runs and aiming for that elusive Super Bowl title. But the NFL is all about adapting, about making those strategic moves that can tip the scales in your favor. And right now, the Eagles are making some very interesting moves in the background, moves that are attracting a lot of attention from fans and analysts alike. So, what exactly is happening? Well, it all started with the Dallas Cowboys, their division rivals, making a bold move by trading away Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. Now, Micah Parsons, for those of you who follow the league closely, is one of the most dominant pass rushers in the NFL today. He's a game changer, a player capable of flipping the momentum of a game with his relentless pressure on the quarterback. Trading him away was a statement move by the Cowboys, a clear indication that they're trying to prioritize draft capital and future flexibility over immediate star power. But, as you might imagine, this leaves their edge rushing room a little depleted. In Week 1, we saw the ramifications of that decision. The Cowboys' pass rush struggled to get consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Their defense, which has been a staple of their success in recent years, looked a bit more vulnerable than usual. That's where the Eagles come into play because they're acutely aware of this shift in the division. Philadelphia's defense has always been strong, but in recent seasons, they've been looking for ways to get even better, especially in the pass rush department. Now, the Cowboys, in a smart yet risky move, brought in Jadeveon Clowney for a visit. Clowney, a free agent, has been one of the most talked-about edge rushers in the league for years. Known for his explosive first step and ability to disrupt defenses, Clowney has always been a player who can make a difference when healthy and motivated. The Cowboys saw an opportunity here. They wanted to bolster their pass rush and possibly add another veteran presence to their defense. But as you all know, in the NFL, things are never that simple. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Clowney's future was a bit uncertain, and many thought he might wait for the right opportunity, some team that could give him the best shot at starting, and more importantly, a real chance at winning a Super Bowl. The Cowboys, despite their ambitions, might not have been the best fit in that regard. They're a good team, no doubt, but with their current roster and the competitiveness of the NFC, Clowney might have been looking for something more. And that's when the news broke that the Philadelphia Eagles were not just interested. They were the team that would ultimately sign Jadeveon Clowney. Yes, you heard that right. The Eagles, who already have a solid edge rushing rotation with Jadeveon Hunt and Nolan Smith leading the way, as well as depth behind them with Zadarius Smith and Joshua Uch, are making strategic moves to strengthen their defense even further. You see, the Eagles understand that in the NFL, you can never have enough pass rushers. Depth is crucial, especially as injuries happen, and as teams evolve throughout the season, the ability to rotate players without losing intensity or disruptive power is what often separates good defenses from great ones. Adding Clowney to the mix gives them that extra firepower, that additional threat that can be unleashed in key moments. Imagine a scenario where Clowney joins the Eagles. It's not just about having another player for the roster, it's about creating a chessboard where the Eagles can keep their opponents guessing. Clowney's ability to line up on either side and generate pressure can be devastating, especially when combined with the talent already present on the team. Jadeveon Hunt and Nolan Smith are quick, aggressive pass rushers, but Clowney brings a different element: size, power, and veteran savvy. His presence can also help develop younger players like Nolan Smith, mentoring him and sharing the kind of experience that only a seasoned NFL star can provide. And if we look at the bigger picture, the Eagles' front office is smartly positioning themselves for the long haul. They know that in a division like the NFC East, every game counts, and having a dominant pass rush can be the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. The Cowboys are trying to rebuild their edge rush with a trade that shook things up. But with Clowney now on the Eagles, Philadelphia can keep that edge, pun intended, sharp and relentless. It's a move that not only bolsters their defense, but also sends a message to the rest of the division that the Eagles are serious about defending their throne and adding every possible piece to make that Super Bowl run a reality. Now, let's talk a little about Clowney himself. He's been a consistent presence in the league, known for his ability to disrupt plays and his knack for making game-changing impacts. Despite some injury concerns and fluctuating production over the years, he remains a player who can be a difference-maker on any defense. The Eagles, with their defensive coaching staff, have shown a knack for maximizing talent, and Clowney's skill set fits perfectly into their scheme. His ability to set the edge and rush the passer will be a welcomed addition, especially considering how important edge rushing is in today's NFL, where passing offenses are so prolific. This move also raises some interesting questions about the Eagles' overall strategy. Are they planning to keep their current roster intact and just add that extra push for the playoffs? Or are they looking for a little more flexibility and depth for a potential Super Bowl push? Given the NFL's brutal schedule, injuries, and the unpredictability of playoff football, having a versatile, experienced player like Clowney can be a game-changer for the Eagles. And let's not forget, this isn't just about the season. It's about the message the Eagles are sending to the rest of the league, about their intent, their focus, and their desire to keep that Lombardi trophy in Philadelphia. With players like Jalix Hunt, Nolan Smith, Za'Darius Smith, Joshua Uch, and now Jadeveon Clowney, the Eagles are stacking their roster with talent, experience, and depth. It's a strategic move that could very well give them the edge in close games, in critical moments, and in the fight to be the last team standing in February. So, for all those Eagles fans out there, this is a moment to celebrate. The franchise is making bold moves, strengthening their roster, and staying aggressive in the quest for greatness. Clowney's addition signals that the Eagles are not resting on their laurels. They're hungry, they're prepared, and they're looking to dominate the NFC once again. The division rivals better watch out because this Eagles team is gearing up for a serious run, and with Clowney now in the fold, they've added another piece to that championship puzzle. Now pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, Eagles fans, there's so much to be excited about. This move not only enhances their immediate chances but also sets a tone for the future. The team has shown they're willing to make bold decisions, to invest in their roster, and to do whatever it takes to stay at the top of the NFC. The NFC East is more competitive than ever, with the Cowboys trying to rebuild, the Giants looking to rebound, and Washington always lurking. But the Eagles, with this new addition, are positioning themselves as the team to beat once more. The season is still young, and a lot can happen from now until the playoffs. But one thing is for sure, Philadelphia is making all the right moves, and Clowney's signing is just the latest indication that they're serious about their Super Bowl aspirations. Every game, every play, every rotation counts, and Philadelphia now has even more options to create chaos for opposing offenses. The crowd at Lincoln Financial Field will be buzzing, knowing that their team is adding not just talent, but also that killer instinct that can take them all the way. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news.